Yeah, digital marketing strategy is one of the most important topics in digital marketing because when we want to conduct digital marketing, we have to have a clear and thorough marketing strategy, yeah, so that we can be able to conduct the digital marketing process more properly. Right, so let me do screen sharing first. Right. Okay, I hope you can see the screen right in front of you. So this chapter is considered as the longest chapter in the book. And for this slide, I did try my best to include only the most important points or the essentials materials that I think necessary that you have to know. Okay, let me begin with the introduction first, and then I will show you a short video regarding the digital marketing strategy for 2002, which I get it from the YouTube channel. I think that explanations in that video is very good. So I want to show you that there are some trends that we need to at least aware about that trend. All right, so basically what is the strategy? So strategy, we can say in a very normal way or basic way is the way to do something, right? Is if we want to go to somewhere, we can have a strategy whether to use cars, or we can ride a bicycle, or basically is the way. Is we can choose the easiest way or the hard way, and those ways will lead us to the destination. And in so doing, the digital marketing strategy is needed to provide these three things. The first one is to provide the digital marketer the consistent direction so that they can do the online marketing activities in more accurate and appropriate ways. The second of all is to integrate with other marketing activities. And the third one is the support business objectives. So these are the three benefits of having digital marketing strategy. So without digital marketing strategy, I think the company will be confused, and each department in the company may be not fully integrated. They may be able to do marketing, but they can not do it very well. Yeah, same as if we are doing like our like for you, right? For example, if you're studying right now in international business engineering, in order to graduate on time, you have to have a good strategy. For example, what is your strategy for learning, right? Especially for those of you who are working while studying at Petra, that you need a better strategy, right? You have to arrange your time, when to study, when to do your own work, and then maybe you have to also collaborate with others, so that you can achieve your goals. And this digital marketing strategy can provide all of that, with the purpose that the goals of the digital marketing, especially for the company, can be achieved successfully. So before moving on to this figure 4.1, I want to show you the video that I mentioned to you previously. The video is in Bahasa. The title is Digital Marketing Strategy and Social Media, the most effective digital marketing strategy and social media, and the trend in 2022. So we can listen for around 9 minutes, and then we can continue our discussion on the chapter.
Sosmed di tahun 2022, itulah yang akan kita...
Yeah, sorry. Wait a second.
Kita bahas di video
Can you hear the voice from this video?
kali ini.
Is it okay? Can you hear it?
Sebelum menutup tahun 2021, banyak marketer yang udah punya plan nih. Mereka strateginya mau kayak gimana tahun 2022.
Yeah, Michael. Is it okay?
Ya, oke.
Alright, thank you.
Di sini gue udah ngumpulin banyak data dan info tentang apa aja strategi dan plan yang mereka punya, supaya kamu juga bisa aplikasikan ke bisnis kamu. Langsung aja kita mulai pembahasan kita dengan social media trends di tahun 2022. Kita bahas dari social media yang pertama, Facebook, aka Meta. Dari topik algoritma sampai blockchain, terus artificial intelligence, dan sekarang metaverse. Rasanya perusahaan itu punya banyak banget trending topik baru yang mereka bawa ke dunia marketing ya tiap tahunnya. Dan tidak terpungkiri di tahun 2022, topik metaverse ini bakal semakin didorong lagi oleh si Facebook atau Meta ini. Tapi tentunya metaverse sendiri sekarang hanyalah sebuah visi yang belum jadi realita, dan mungkin bakal butuh lebih banyak waktu lagi sampai akhirnya metaverse ini jadi kenyataan. Tapi yang kita bisa expect di tahun 2022 adalah, pertama, Facebook ini bakal semakin dipakai oleh orang-orang dewasa. Tentunya udah bukan sebuah kejutan lagi kalau Facebook itu dipakai oleh orang-orang yang udah berumur. Tapi data-data yang baru menunjukkan kalau orang-orang muda makin meninggalkan aplikasi ini. Jadi kalau misalnya target market audience kamu itu orang berumur 45 tahun atau lebih, selamat, mungkin aplikasi ini, Facebook, adalah aplikasi yang tepat buat kamu untuk pasang iklan kamu. Ngomongin tentang iklan, Facebook juga bakal fokus ke aplikasi Facebook Business Suite-nya mereka di tahun 2022. Facebook berencana untuk nambahin banyak banget fitur ke aplikasi Facebook Business Suite-nya mereka ini yang bakal memudahkan kerjaan dari banyak marketer. Fitur-fitur yang bisa kita expect tuh mulai dari analytics Facebook dan Instagram langsung muncul di Facebook Business Suite, dan juga kalian bakal bisa nge-manage semua DM dan private message kalian di satu aplikasi ini itu. Oke, enough about Facebook, let's talk about TikTok. TikTok ini udah jadi the star platform ya tahun 2021. Begitu banyak downloads, dan sekarang bahkan TikTok udah punya 1 juta pengguna aktifnya tiap bulan. Banyak social media manager yang estimate kalau misalnya di tahun 2022 TikTok bakal ngalahin Instagram, tapi kita nggak akan tahu juga ke depannya bakal gimana. Tapi kayak gimana trennya tahun 2022 untuk TikTok? Yang pertama tentunya adalah semakin banyak brand yang join TikTok. Masih banyak banget brand yang belum join TikTok. Jadi brand bisa nemuin positioning mereka di aplikasi TikTok dengan gampang, dan mereka bakal dapetin advantage yang lebih dengan masuk ke TikTok duluan dibandingin kompetitor mereka. Nggak cuma gitu, tapi konten iklan di TikTok juga bakal berbeda dibandingin konten iklan di social media lainnya. Buat banyak brand, 3 konten pilar ini bakal jadi konten strateginya mereka. Yang pertama itu user-generated content, atau konten yang dibikin oleh para customer mereka langsung. Yang kedua adalah employee-generated content. Jadi kontennya dibikin oleh pegawai mereka langsung gitu. Mungkin nunjukin behind the scenes atau nunjukin apalah, tapi dibikin oleh pegawai mereka. Dan yang ketiga adalah influencer marketing, di mana brand bekerja sama dengan seorang influencer. Dan tren ketiga yang bisa kita lihat dari TikTok di tahun 2022 adalah TikTok bakal lebih nge-support kreator-kreator yang ada. Di tahun 2022 TikTok bakal lebih pengen lagi kreator-kreator yang ada tuh dapetin cuan dari aplikasi mereka. Jadi mereka bakal push algoritma para kreator saat kreator tersebut bekerja sama dengan sebuah brand. Juga TikTok bakal lebih banyak ngebantu para kreator bertemu dengan para brand melalui fitur TikTok Creator Marketplace yang mereka udah punya. Kalau bisnis kamu belum main TikTok, gue saranin bener-bener langsung terjun aja sih. Karena opportunity itu masih gede banget dan chance untuk jadi viral itu jauh lebih gampang di TikTok dibandingin di social media lainnya. Tentunya kalau misalnya lu bingung gimana caranya mulai di TikTok dan kayak gue nggak ngerti TikTok kayak gimana, langsung aja cek zando.id dan cek kelas TikTok. Karena di situ bakal banyak banget video yang bisa kamu tonton tentang TikTok. Mulai dari rahasia algoritma TikTok sampai strategi-strategi pasti viral. Oke, enough about TikTok, let's talk about Instagram. Instagram udah jadi the go-to social network buat akhir tahun ini. Cuman di tahun 2022 kayaknya mereka bakal ketemu kompetisi dari TikTok. Yang mana yang bakal menang itu bakal kita lihat. Cuman di tahun 2022 fokus di Instagram adalah Instagram bakal ngasih lebih banyak fitur dan power ke kreator-kreator di Instagram. Jadi kita udah tahu kalau misalnya Instagram tuh lagi nge-develop beberapa fitur-fitur baru. Contohnya kayak exclusive stories dan juga super follow. Fitur ini bakal jadi kayak OnlyFans atau Just for Fans di mana kamu perlu bayar influencer favorit kamu supaya kamu bisa dapat akses ke story-story eksklusif mereka atau posting-postingan yang eksklusif mereka. Dan Instagram juga fokusnya bakal ke video, mereka nggak akan lagi mecah-mecahin di beda-beda kategori video, ada Reels, ada IGTV, ada apa, tapi mereka bakal nyebutnya video aja. Bahkan mereka udah ngilangin IGTV. Instagram bakal terus ngepromosiin format video di aplikasi mereka, jadi ini adalah satu potential yang gede banget kalau kamu emang suka bikin video dan nggak suka bikin postingan foto. Next, Instagram juga lagi eksperimen dengan cara shopping yang berbeda-beda. Jadi fitur baru yang mereka lagi launching adalah mereka pengen bisa bikin fitur add to cart dari stories, dan ini bakal mereka launch di beberapa bulan lagi. Mereka juga lagi nge-develop fitur live shopping, mungkin shopping sambil kamu live di Instagram, jadi itu adalah satu fitur yang mungkin bakal datang ke Instagram dalam beberapa bulan. Terakhir, Instagram tuh lagi bener-bener fokus banget ke fitur messaging yang mereka punya. Jadi Instagram tuh tahu kalau misalnya kita bertukar pesan di aplikasi Instagram tuh sering banget gitu, dan kita tuh sering berkomunikasi dengan teman-teman kita di Instagram. Jadi mereka lagi eksperimen dengan fitur-fitur phone call atau video call di aplikasi mereka. Next, kita bahas tentang Twitter. Jadi Twitter ini udah ganti fokus kayaknya. Sekarang jadi mereka lebih bahas tentang news dan humor, juga entertainment. Tapi mereka punya active base yang lumayan solid di sana. Kira-kira fitur apa aja yang bakal Twitter launch di tahun 2022? Yang pertama adalah sebuah subscription service. Jadi Twitter Blue namanya, itu sudah available di Australia dan Kanada, dan di fitur ini tuh fitur subscription di mana kreator bisa punya fitur-fitur yang lebih premium, misalnya kayak ngeganti atau ngeedit tweet mereka jika mereka bayar subscription ini. Yang kedua adalah fitur Twitter Spaces. Jadi sebenarnya Twitter udah nge-launch namanya Twitter Spaces ini tahun 2021. Twitter Spaces ini bayangin aja kayak mirip Clubhouse lah yang sempat viral banget di Indo. Dan walaupun fitur ini belum bener-bener viral dan booming, tapi kita bisa expect kalau si Twitter bakal terus ngedorong fitur ini tahun 2022. Oke, yang tadi adalah tren-tren aplikasi sosial media. Cuman gimana sih tren konten sosmed secara keseluruhan? Jadi ada beberapa hal yang bisa kita expect mengenai perkontenan. Yang pertama adalah sustainability. Jadi topik sustainability bakal makin hits lagi di tahun 2022. Lalu yang kedua adalah mental health comes first. Jadi pengetahuan tentang mental health dan awareness tentang mental health bakal lebih naik lagi, apalagi karena ada efek dari si pandemi ini. Kita bakal lebih bisa terbuka tentang anxiety dan depression di social media, dan ini bakal makin booming lagi tahun 2022. Lalu yang ketiga adalah entertainment dan shitposting. Jadi karena Gen Z ya, mereka tuh suka banget dengan konten-konten yang emang entertainment dan pengen kayak escape therapy dari situasi mereka. Konten-konten yang low quality, ironic, dan agresif ini atau bahkan shitposting bisa makin naik lagi tahun 2022. Contoh satu brand yang sukses banget di kategori konten ini adalah Twitter Wendy's. Kalian bisa buka sendiri akun Twitternya, mereka tuh punya jokes-jokes yang kadang sedikit terlalu agresif, yang kadang sarkastik, tapi kena banget di humornya Gen Z. Lalu konten homemade bakal semakin naik lagi. Jadi homemade ini kan karena si Instagram Stories, Reels, dan TikTok. Homemade ini maksudnya dibikin dari HP oleh langsung para kreatornya dan tanpa editan yang terlalu gimana-gimana banget. Dan konten yang kayak gini tuh bakal lebih hits lagi bahkan dibandingin konten yang diedit secara profesional. Alasannya tuh simple, karena kerasa lebih otentik dan lebih genuine dibandingin yang editannya berat, dan it humanizes the brand. Jadi brand kelihatan lebih human juga dengan gaya konten yang kayak gini dan membuat brand jadi lebih dekat dengan customer mereka. Kalau tadi adalah tren di dunia perkontenan, gimana dengan tren di dunia influencer marketing? Nah, jadi influencer marketing sendiri tentunya udah jadi salah satu metode marketing yang hits di tahun ini. Cuman di tahun 2022, brands bakal lebih prefer untuk punya long-term relationships dengan influencers. Jadi nggak cuma endorse sesekali doang, tapi brands mungkin bakal lebih mikirnya, pengen kontrak langsung 2 bulan, 3 bulan, atau mungkin 6 bulan. Supaya bisa ada relationship yang lebih deep lagi dan bisa ngejangkau bener-bener komunitas si influencersnya. Dan live shopping bakal semakin didorong. Fitur live shopping sendiri ini udah Rasanya booming banget di negara-negara Asia kayak Indonesia atau Cina. Tapi di tahun 2022, live shopping ini bakal didorong untuk menjadi makin hits worldwide. Oh ya, dan satu tren yang gue lihat adalah 90s dan the 2000s mungkin akan balik lagi di tahun 2022. Oke, jadi dari semua yang udah gue omongin itu, apa aja key takeaways-nya untuk kamu yang punya bisnis? Yang pertama adalah TikTok bakal jadi the social network yang dipakai banyak orang. Jadi kalau misalnya bisnis kamu belum punya TikTok, langsung bikin akunnya dan langsung aja terjun ke sana karena sebelum makin banyak kompetitor kamu yang terjun duluan. Konten yang homemade yang diedit secara simple dan di-shoot dari HP bisa lebih efektif dibandingin konten yang diedit secara profesional. Coba untuk memasuki dunia live shopping karena itu trennya bakal semakin tinggi, mungkin bisa partner up dengan seorang influencer juga. Dan mungkin coba untuk bereksperimen untuk ngambil kreativitas dari dunia 90s dan the 2000s. Mungkin trennya bakal ke sana. Kalau kamu pengen mulai masuk TikTok tapi bingung gimana cara mulainya, pas banget karena di website zano.id ada banyak banget video-video tutorial yang ngajarin tentang TikTok, mulai dari rahasia algoritma TikTok.
Yeah. Okay, we already saw that there are several trends. Can you hear my voice, right? Yeah. So we shall continue to this slide. As you can see, and yeah, that's the videos that we watched previously was actually the intermezzo of this digital marketing strategy. So we have to be aware about the social medias used, right? He said in the video, the TikTok, also live shopping, Instagram, in terms of content, homemade video can be more useful in 2022, right? And some vintage, how to say, vintage content creation, like you use 1990s, 2000s era, that's also become the a trend, right, for today's digital marketing. And yeah, therefore you have to search to find out what kind of trends out there and incorporate those trends into your digital marketing strategy. Yeah. So if your target customers are Gen Z, right, and of course you have to use appropriate social media tools like Instagram, TikTok. Right? You may not use Facebook because, as research suggests, Facebook is no longer being used widely by the young people. But if your target customers are like adults, 45 years old or older, you may use Facebook. Yeah, and you of course you have to incorporate the Facebook digital marketing strategy in your overall marketing strategy. All right, back to this picture. On figure 4.1, we can see that there are several strategies here. So on the top, there is a business objectives and strategy, which means this strategy is basically a company strategy. So we can say as the vision, the missions, as well as the objectives of the company. And based on this strategy, the multi-channel marketing strategy is derived. So the multi-channel marketing strategy is derived from the business objective strategy. And in the middle, there is a digital marketing strategy. So in order to support the digital marketing strategies, there should be market structure and demand analysis, and as well as a competitor strategies, and also the SWOT analysis process, so that we can use it to make our own strategy. So for example, the opportunities, threats, the strengths and the weaknesses, yeah, we can use that tool, the SWOT analysis, so that we can be aware about where we are right now and how to address our weaknesses, our opportunities, threats, and also to make advantage of our strength. Yeah, I will skip these 2 slides. Yeah, since there are so many slides here, I will try to make it quick and concise. Digital marketing strategy in the company should be integrated for the whole company. Yeah, you cannot just use digital marketing strategy by itself, but it has to be integrated to all strategic plans that the company has. Yeah. It is said that it is very important to integrate all of their strategic plans. So what are those strategic plans? Strategic plans mentioned here. Yeah. The strategy, the overall business objective strategy, the marketing strategy, and also the other kind of strategy must be in line, yeah, with the digital marketing strategy. So as we can see here, DMS is the digital marketing strategy, should be integrated with business as well as the marketing strategies. So the DMS, digital marketing strategy, should fit into the organization's overall business plan. And in order to have better digital marketing strategy, we should be able to make a specific digital marketing plan. So by definition, a specific digital marketing plan is basically a temporary interim tool to support digital transformations by what? By defining the major changes needed for processes, resourcing, structure, media investment, and proposition development. So in other words, the digital marketing plan that we have is the kind of like the operationalization of the strategy so that we can conduct our digital marketing more appropriately, more accurately, and according to the purpose of the organizations. Yeah, because as we can see from the definitions, it involves many things, from the process, from the resource, meaning the money, right? The organizational structures, what kind of media that we have to, that we use, and also the promotion, right? The proposition development, the value that we offer to the customers. All of this should be mentioned in the digital marketing strategy and also the plan. The figure 4.2 illustrates the hierarchy of organization plans. That also includes the e-marketing plans. So there are several steps here. The first step, we have to have the annual business plan. Of course, each company should have the business plan. Right? The annual meaning that yearly, setiap tahun, annual business plan. And based on that, the company should have the annual marketing plan. And the third step, the annual communication plan. So based on the annual communication plan, the companies can create their own campaign. Yeah. And these campaigns can be separated, depends on the company's purposes or objectives. For examples, on these pictures, we can see there are 4 campaigns. So campaign 1, maybe it is used for promoting a certain product. Campaign 2, it is used to promote other products, and so on and so forth. And in the below part, the lower part, there are the always on digital marketing activity, such as searching. So the company may use the SEO, the search engine optimization, social and email marketing. And at the bottom, there is a digital marketing plan. So this is what we call as the hierarchy of organizations plans, which includes the e-marketing plans. So how about the structure for digital marketing strategy? According to Michael Porter, 2001, there are 6 principles to sustain a distinctive strategic position. So the first principle, we have to start with the right goal. So what is our goal? what is our objective, or what are our objectives. So we have to start with that. The second thing that we have to concern about is to define a value proposition, whether our proposition is unique, and not only unique but also deliverable. Yeah, so in marketing we call it as the USP, or unique selling point. Yeah, so what makes your company unique, so that the customers choose your companies compared to other companies. So these have to be defined clearly. Yeah, your uniqueness, your value, and whether those uniqueness and values can be effectively delivered to the customers. Oh, the third one, the third thing is pretty much the same, the uniqueness. We have to do things differently. Yeah, and the fourth, be prepared to make trade-offs. We have to tailor the firm to outperform the rival. So it talks about the competition. So how do we compete with other companies? So that's the important issues, because in the business we cannot neglect the competitors. Yeah, if we make the wrong decisions or make the wrong strategy, yeah, of course, if we are not careful, we can be beaten by the competitors. Yeah, the worst case, we can we can bankrupt and get out from the business, and we don't want that. Therefore, we have to be very careful in designing and or formulating our strategy. Next, we have to create a fit between what company does, where it wants to be, and the resources available. So it talks about the vision, the mission, and objectives in relation to the available resources. In other words, we cannot just have a big dream, like a very big visions, very big missions, but we don't have any resources, or the resources are very limited. So we have to be realistic. Yeah, we have to be aware the conditions of our own company. Yeah, if we don't have enough money, yeah, if we don't have enough human resources, then we have to tailor or modify, yeah, at least make our objectives more realistic. Yeah, don't do like for example, you want to do a lot of things, but you don't have any resources, right? In the end, it may fail. Yeah. The last one is to establish the continuity. Yeah, the continuity is basically the sustainability. It's also mentioned in the video, right? We want to have the long-term relationship with the customers, of course, who don't want that. Yeah. And it is very important so that the company can have a last long relationship. They can be a loyal customers, and of course the company can have more profits from the customers. That's based on the Porter. So DMS structures is also talk about the brand development. So the brand development is the way we develop a brand that is sufficiently distinctive, is different than others, and energetic. It has the energy so that the customers will choose your brand compared to other brands. Yeah. So the brand, if we have a good brand, it is hoped that the customers can interact with the brands and make some discussions with regard to the brand. We can increase our brand awareness through several things. One way is to through social media and word of mouth or word of mouth. The second thing that we have to concern about in structuring a DMS is about the marketing planning. Yeah, marketing planning is basically a simply logical sequence and series of activities leading to the setting of marketing objectives and formulation of plan for achievement. It's actually the planning to do the marketing. Yeah. If we have a strategy is kind of like the bigger picture, what we want to do. Yeah, the way, the general ways to achieve something, but the detailed on the strategy we use or we write it in form of the planning. Yeah, so planning is yeah, in other words, the planning is a detailed strategy. Yeah, the detailed strategy of the digital marketing. Yeah, and it consists of the several activities, which is logical, and several plans, and also the details, how to say, plans, yeah, detailed plans to achieve our marketing objectives. The strategic digital marketing plan should place emphasis on 4 areas. So there are 4 areas here. The first one is about the competitive forces in the micro environment and macro environment. Yeah. The second one is to develop a value proposition for customers. The third one is to define the technology infrastructure and information architecture. Yeah, and the fourth one is the governance of marketing activities affecting the 7 S's. Yeah, we will discuss about the 7 S's in the later slide. So if we want to make the strategic digital marketing plan, at least we should include these 4 areas. Yeah, the first one is related with the macro and micro environment that we already talked about in the several first chapters a few weeks ago. The second one is the value propositions. What are the uniqueness of our services that we offer to the customers? The third one is basically about the infrastructure, yeah, the technology that we use, what kind of medias, yeah, how about the structured information structures, what kind of customer experience that we expect the customers will experience, something like that. That's for number 3. And the 4 is about the governance. Yeah. There are 7 S's, the governance. All right, before we go to discuss about the 7 S's, we will discuss a little bit about the figure 4.3. Yeah, figure 4.3 is basically the spanning framework. Yeah, this is based on Sheffy and Smith's 2012. They call it as a SOSTAC. SOSTAC is the abbreviation of this: situation analysis, objective, strategy, tactics, action, and control. So SOSTAC, yeah, SOSTAC planning framework, which is applied to digital marketing strategy development. It starts with the situation analysis. Yeah, it answers the questions where we are now, and there are several points that includes in the situation analysis. For example, the goal performance, the customer insights, the SWOT analysis, the perception of the brand from the customers, as well as the resources that the companies has. Yeah. The second part, after we conduct our situation analysis, we move on to the objectives. Yeah, objectives, the questions that we want to ask about the objectives is, where do we want to be? Basically, we use the 5 S's. 5 S's consist of the sell, customer acquisition and retention, serve, sizzle, speak, and save. Yeah. After we decide our objectives, or we have our objectives, we move on to formulate our strategy. Yeah, as I mentioned, Strategy is the way to achieve certain purpose or certain goal. So the question of strategy is, how do we get there? Yeah, how do we get the what we want? And the strategy can be a lot of varieties, right, that we can include in our strategy. For example, the STP, yeah, segmentation, targeting, positioning, the online value proposition, the sequence, the integration, and also the tools that we use. The detail of strategy, we call it tactics. Yeah, the tactics. Tactics, the questions that should be answered is how do we get there? Yeah. Notice that the strategy is how do we get there? Yeah, this is just the how to say, the general ways, how. But if we want to have more specific, we have to have tactics. Yeah. You can notice that there is a word here, exactly. How exactly do we get there? The tactics can include the e-marketing mix, including the communication mix, social network, the contact strategy, e-campaign, initiative schedule, and so on and so forth. After the tactics, we all, assuming that we already have all of this, from the situation analysis to tactics, of course, we have to make some actions. Yeah. It is not that useful if we have strategies, if we have good tactics, but there is no action. Yeah. We call it as NATO, no action, talk only. We don't want that. We want to have actions. So based on the strategy that we have, based on the tactics that we already write it down, then all of this should be made into practice. Yeah, we have to fully operationalize our tactics and strategy. And then after we do the actions, we have to control it. How to control? Usually we use the performance monitoring. We have we can use the web analytics, we can have the KPIs, key performance indicators, or we can use the testing, usability testing, customer satisfaction survey, site visitor profiling, and so on and so forth. Yeah, this is the SOSTAC framework that was developed by the Chevy in 2012. Yeah, we can make this as a reference when we want to make our own digital marketing strategy. I think this overall framework is very much makes sense, yeah, because it starts with the situation and the goals, the strategies, the detail of the strategies, the actions, and how to control our actions. And for me, it's all makes sense. Yeah, and we can use this as a good reference in order to make a better strategy, a digital marketing strategy, at least for our own business. Yeah, if we want to make your own digital marketing strategy for your business, we can consider this SOSTAC framework, yeah, as the guideline, yeah, to make a proper strategy. The next thing that we want to discuss is about the internal audit for digital marketing. So there's this as a necessary for the digital marketing to be audited, so that the auditor can assess the current contribution of digital marketing to the organization. Yeah. For example, reviewing how well its online presence is meeting its goals. So in other words, companies have spent a lot of monies for digital marketing. Yeah, they want to have some returns. Yeah. They want to know whether the digital marketing is effective to bring more revenues to the companies. Yeah. How do we know that the digital marketing can contribute to the companies? one way is just you can just check your revenues, whether after you are conducting digital marketing, whether the revenues is increasing or not. That's the easiest part, but it should be more than that. That's why we have to do the more thorough checking, right, using the internal audit. So in order for conducting the internal audit, digital marketing internal audit properly, we have to concern on these two components. The first one is the business effectiveness. It is related about the business, like such as the financial, commercial contribution from the digital channels, which includes the online leads, the sales, the profits, the influencer leads, and so on and so forth. And the second one is the marketing effectiveness. So as we can see, there are 2 points of view here, based on the business point of view and based on the marketing point of view. So we have to check whether the digital marketing is effective against these 2 points of view. In terms of the business, in terms of the marketing itself. If we want to check the effectiveness of the digital marketing against the marketing, so these are the things that we have to concern more, like the leads, the sales, retention, satisfaction, loyalty, brand enhancement, customer service. So anything related with the marketing. So if it's anything related with the business, business is usually about the financial, the contribution, the profits. It's mostly about the money, right? So this is the business effectiveness part. So this is just for your reference. In order to make the digital marketing in a company running successfully or effectively, the company should care about the internal audit. They have to really check whether digital marketing can make a great contribution to the company or not. And the last one is the most specific one, is the digital marketing effectiveness. We can measure this using the several measures, what we call as the KPI for online presence. For instance, the unique visitors, total numbers of sessions or visits to the websites, the repeat visits, durations, conversion rates, attrition rates, and churn rates. So all this explanation is provided here. I think the most important from all is the conversion rates, because it's basically, if the conversion rates is good, then you can have more money, right, from the revenues. If your conversion rates is not that good, then maybe there's something wrong with your marketing efforts. It can be subscribers, it can be buyers, right? Because in the end, you want the company, you as the owner of the business, you want the customers to buy the product. You don't just want them as the you don't just want your customers as like watching the pictures of your products, but they never buy your product. That becomes a big problem for you. And other than conversion rates, there are 2 other things that digital marketers should know. The attrition rates. It means the number of buyers are decreasing or number of subscribers are decreasing, so that we call it as a pengurangan, through the online buying process. Basically, is the opposite side of the conversion rates. And the other is the churn rates. This is the percentage. We use the percentage. Attrition and churn rates is pretty much similar, but the churn rates using the percentage of unsubscribing. These are the metrics that we can use to measure whether the digital marketing that the company has done is effective or not. And of course, there are other several measures that we as a digital marketer can also use, to measure whether our digital marketing efforts are good or not that good. As mentioned here on the first sentence, specific measures can be used to assess how the website is used and the characteristics of the audience. And these are the I think these are the only the small parts of the metrics that can be used to measure the digital marketing effectiveness. There are several other KPI too, like ROI, return on investment. You can also use that to measure whether you spend the money for digital marketing wisely or not. Because it can be very possible you spend millions or not billions of rupiah for doing digital marketing, and you don't get you don't get any conversion, or the conversion is very low. It can happen. It makes the digital marketing seems like it doesn't work. So if there is a case like that, the company should really reconsider their strategy. Whether probably their strategy is wrong, they may choose different strategies, so that the effectiveness of the digital marketing can be more better. The next part is the resource analysis. So it involves assessing the capabilities of organization to deliver its digital service, and these are the aspects that can be reviewed by the digital marketers. Of course, the first one, the financial report, financial resources. You want to do digital marketing, especially for the big companies, they have to concern about the financial. So how much money do you want to spend? And the second one is the technology infrastructure resources, such as the connection speed, internet service providers, the applications that you use, social medias. Third thing is the human resources. Fourth, structure. And the last one is the strength and weaknesses, the SWOT analysis. So in doing the resource analysis, so these are the 5 things that we can consider. The 5 aspects, which we can consider or review in order to conduct the resource analysis. So on figure 4.4, according to Smart Insights, provides what we call as a digital marketing capability model. Actually, as we can see from the pictures, there are 5 stages for the companies with regard to their digital marketing capabilities. So level 1 is the very worst level. As we can see from this left side, the strategic approach, they have no strategy, performance improvement process, no key performance indicators, very limited, and so on and so forth. This is the level 1, and it moves to level 2, is better than level 1, and until the level 5. Level 5 is the highest one. The strategic is the agile strategic approach. Agile means the companies can be very flexible in terms of their strategy. If there are changes, they can easily change their strategy. They are agile. Also, the performance improvement process, they use the KPIs, continuous performance. And then resourcing restructures. So in other words, the level 5 is the highest of all. If the companies has the level 5, it means it can be considered as the market leading company, in terms of the digital marketing efforts. So based on this capability model, we can map our own company, which part or which stage our company in, yeah. Whether according to this digital capacity, we can measure ourselves, measure our own company, whether it belongs to level 1 or level 2, level 3, or even level 4 or level 5. So based on this, we can try to improve to the next level. If your company is already level 5, then that's a very good. But I believe there are not many company achieving this level, because it's very everything is very good. Probably most companies belong to these 3 level, whether level 3 or level 4. And if the companies already achieve the level 5, then they have to maintain it, or even improve it further, so that they can have the competitive advantage over their competitors. Yeah, I think I will skip that one. This is the SWOT analysis. Yeah. I believe you already know about this. This is a very generic model to evaluate yourself. Yeah. SWOT analysis consists of 4 components. S is strengths, W is weakness, O is the opportunities, T is the threats. And each of these, we can have the strategies. Yeah, we can draw the table like this, and we can formulate our strategies based on the strength or opportunities. What we call it as the SO strategies. Yeah, SO strategies means that we do the attacking strategy. WO strategies, we basically build strengths for attacking strategies. The ST strategies, the strength threat strategies, is the defensive strategy. And the last one is the weakness threat strategy, is build strengths for defensive strategies. This is just the template for doing the SWOT analysis. And on figure 4.7 is the example of that. Yeah. We can see the examples of the SO strategies. It leverages the strengths combined with the opportunities to formulate certain strategies. Yeah. For instance, migrate customers to web strategies, the partnership, launch new web base, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you can read by yourself what kind of strategies for each cells, yeah, WO, SO, ST, or WT. And this SWOT analysis is, I can say, is very useful tools. You can really use it, and it's very useful for your preliminary analysis, to evaluate yourself and to make the general or generic strategies. And you can use these each strategies, to make tactics. For example, the first strategy, migrate customers to web strategy, is still general, right? It's still general strategies. How to migrate? Then you have to move it to the plan or tactics. Yeah, make it more details. Yeah, make it more details in terms of the digital marketing plan. Or based on SOSTEC, we call it as the tactics. How exactly we get there? Yeah. On figure 4.8, it shows us the relationship between vision, goals, objectives, and key performance indicators. Each company should have their own visions, the missions, the goals, the missions, and objectives, and where this critical, the fourth one here that I use the red font, we call it as the critical success factors and KPI. Yeah, it's basically how to measure these objectives, goals, and vision. The company shouldn't have, I mean, it is good to have vision, goals, and objectives, but we have to measure these three. Yeah, we cannot just mirror or only have those three, yeah, and do nothing. We have to have tools to measure whether the vision is achieved, the goals are achieved, the objectives are being achieved. How to measure it? We can use the CSF, the critical success factors, and the KPI. Yeah. The detail is mentioned in this part, the metrics and measures. So what are the 5 benefits of e-marketing? Yeah, we can sell the products, we can serve the customers. For instance, we add value by giving customer extra benefits online, like 5% discount, the purchase, the guarantees. Speak, we communicate with the customers. Save, yeah, we save cost to customer service, sales. If we are doing our business online, yeah, we save some money. Yeah. CISL means we extend the brand online, yeah, by developing online value proposition. These are considered as the 5 benefits of e-marketing. So this table 4.2 showed us the more detailed on tangible and intangible benefits from the internet marketing. Tangible means it can be seen. Yeah, it is more obvious. Intangible means like is concealed, right? Or we cannot touch the intangible. Tangible benefit, for instance, new customers, new markets, existing customers, so on and so forth. The intangible benefit usually is related with the brand, the reputation of the customers, yeah, whether our products meeting customers' expectation, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So this is benefits, the tangible and intangible benefits from the internet marketing. There's another one to measure our strategy, is that we can use the SMART objectives. SMART is the abbreviation of the specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time related. Specific is whether the objective sufficiently detailed to measure real world problem opportunities. Yeah, as the name suggests, we have to be very specific in our objectives. Yeah, not to be not too general, but it's the more specific, the better. Measurable. I think this is the most very important for the measurable. Yeah, whether the objectives can be quantified, yeah, can be measured, whether quantitatively or qualitatively. Actionable, yeah, can the information be used to improve performance? Yeah, in other words, whether the whether our strategy can be performed or not. Yeah. Actionable. And the 4th one is relevant. Yeah, and the 5th one is time related. Because each of us has a limited time, same as a company, they have their very limited time. Of course, time should be included in our strategic decision making, or digital marketing strategy. For example, each campaign should have the time period. We cannot have a very long campaign. Otherwise we have unlimited money, then we can do it. But if we have very limited money, and then we have to consider about the time, whether we want to do campaign for 1 week or 2 weeks. And of course we have to know how much money that we want to spend, yeah, and how effective those campaigns will be. And there are many things to consider. And this SMART objective can assist us, yeah, to provide better digital marketing strategy. Other than SMART objectives, we can check our objectives using this abbreviation VQVC. Yeah, the traffic volume measures is actually the KPI, but more technical. The first V is the volume measures, how many persons visits the websites, how many persons or users or customers views the page. That's the first V. The Q is the QR quality measures, the durations they spend on the internet, on our website, the bounce rate, how long until the users or the customers close our website and move to another website. That's the bounce rate. Pages per visit, conversion rates. The next one is the V. The next V is the value measures. I think the conversion rate is included here. Yeah, revenue per visit, the page value, and the last one is the cost. Yeah, the cost to make the website, the cost to make the digital marketing campaign promotion, the cost that we spend to do the promotion, paying the medias, and so on and so forth. We have to consider about this. Yeah, actually there are many tools, and these are the tools that we can actually use to check whether our objectives are good enough. Yeah, we cannot just say, oh, we have these objectives, this objective, the A objective, B, C, D until Z, yeah, and without any consideration, without any more consideration on these several things. Like it's a lot better if we compare our objective, at least check our objective on these tools, using SMART or using VQVC, so that our objectives can be more measurable, or generally speaking will become better objectives, because we consider a lot of things, based on the best practices that the digital marketer experts would suggest. The next one, how to monitor the business performance. We can use the tools. This is the most one of the most famous tools that are widely used in the company. We call it as the balance scorecard. Yeah, it's basically a framework for setting and monitoring the business performance. It was first introduced by the Kaplan and Norton in 1993, and it was firstly popularized in HBR, Harvard Business Review. It translates the vision and strategy into objectives. We have the measurement and the assessment whether the strategy and its implementation are successful. So it's another tool to measure our performance, our business performance. Yeah, there are many other tools like Six Sigma or total quality management. I think some of you should learn about that because you are majoring in business engineering. I believe you are already familiar with that. Are you? May I ask some of you, are you familiar with this balance scorecard, Six Sigma, TQM, total quality management? Have you ever heard about that term?
Yes.
Yes, Stefano.
Six Sigma thing. It's basically to reduce as many. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. So yeah, Six Sigma. Basically, it's we have had a lesson on that subject, but yeah, I think it's to minimize defectives, right? 3.4 defects in a million opportunities or probabilities, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's the main purpose of the Six Sigma, and usually Six Sigma is used for mostly is being used in the manufacturing company.
Mhm. Yep.
Manufacturing company. Balance scorecard can be used for either companies, manufacturing companies, but it is in more general companies. Usually they may use the balance scorecard. But the purpose is the same, to measure the performance, to measure the business performance. This is the detailed information on the balance scorecard. Balance scorecard is divided into four perspectives. As we can see here, is divided into financial perspective. So anything related with the money, will be put here. Learning and growth, whether the companies can learn, can can be growing. We put here on this part, the customers part, and the process, the business process part. This is how the balance scorecard work. They measure each of the components by using the what we call as the how to say, like the numbers, right? For each year, they should have the certain target. For example, for 5 years plan, for 2002 to sorry for 2022, they should have like the revenues for 1 million. In 2023, it should increase to 1.5 million, and so on and so forth. So they have the values to measure. This is the more detailed explanation on the balance scorecard in relation with the internet marketing objectives. For the balance scorecard, you can see from the table 4.4, we can generate more efficient results in terms of the financial and also the effectiveness result, based on each perspective. The books provide us like this. If we focus on the customer values, how can we make the customers more efficient when we are doing digital marketing? So we have to concern more about the online reach. These are the measures or metrics that we have to really take careful attention to. Cost per acquisition, customer propensity, and actually a lot of metrics that we can use to measure our performance, especially digital marketing performance. And if we use the Google Analytics or any other kind of software similar to Google Analytics, it can automatically all these numbers. What I'm trying to say is that you don't need to calculate the numbers manually. If you use the software such as the GA, Google Analytics, the software will do the analysis for you. All the numbers are there. You just need to know how to interpret those numbers. This is the last section of this chapter 4. Is discussing about the how we can formulate our strategy from the beginning. So there are 9 steps or 9 important decisions that we have to consider. Starting from the decision number 1 till the decision number 9. We shall discuss this briefly. Decision 1 is regarding the market and product development strategies. We talk about the market penetration. That includes the market share growth, the customer loyalty improvement, the customer value improvement. How our business penetrate the market. Yeah, these are the metrics that we have to consider. Yeah, the growth of the market share, whether the customer loyal or not, how to improve the customer value, and so on and so forth. The next one is the development of the market. Yeah, whether we want to sell into the existing market or sell into the sell our product into the new markets. The third thing is the product development. What kind of products that we want to sell to the customers? Yeah, do we want to make our new products, or we just want to sell our existing products? The last one is diversification. Diversification, for example, there are two types of diversification: diversification into related business or diversification into unrelated business. This is the topic of the strategic management. Yeah, diversification into related business. For instance, if we have the let's say the coffee shop business. Yeah, coffee shop business. If we want to diversify, we can make like tea shop business. It's still related with our own main business. It's a drink business. Yeah, drinking related business. But if you diversify into, for example, you sell, let's say, chemical stuff, right? Then it's you will do the diversification into unrelated business, because you sell drinks, and then you diversify your business into selling chemical materials. Then it's totally unrelated. It's not wrong to do diversification into unrelated business, but it's harder. Yeah, it's harder than the diversification into related business. So of course the company should consider about this. This is directly related into the overall strategic management of the company. Yeah. Whether they want to do the diversification or what kind of strategy that they want to choose. Yeah, this is the figure 4.12, how to use internet to support different organizational growth strategies. You can see from the x-axis is the existing products, the new products, and we can see from the y-axis is the existing markets and the new markets. If we want to focus on the existing products and we want to sell the existing products into the existing markets, we can use these market penetration strategies. Or if we are building new products and we want to sell it into new markets, for instance, in different geographic regions in outside of Java, yeah, we can use the diversification strategies. The decision two is business and revenue model strategy. We have to make our own business model. Business model is defined as a summary of how company will generate revenue. Bagaimana bisnis itu bisa menghasilkan uang, intinya itu business model. How company will generate revenues, by what? By identifying its product, what do they sell, what are the services that they offer, where the revenues come from, and who are the target customers. Evaluate new models. We have to continuously evaluate the business model. Yeah, that's why we have to aware about the situation right now. Yeah, to find out what are the trends. Yeah, the generations now is many people concerned about the Gen Z because they are kind of becoming or replacing the previous generation. Yeah, more customers or more productive customers are Gen Z. So if Gen Z, if the generation Z are becoming our customers, so we have to know their behavior. We have to know how they buy something. Yeah, their consumers psychology on Gen Z, so that if we know that, we can incorporate their new behaviors into our business model, yeah, in order to survive in this digital age. Yeah. We have to be agile. Yeah. We have to be ready. If we want to change our strategy, we have to keep innovation in a constantly. Yeah. There's an example here for the transactional e-commerce sites. They in order to survive or make more incomes, they selling advertising space on the website. Or the companies can gain commission through selling product online, such as the online marketplace. This kind of like a new business model. Tokopedia, Bukalapak, yeah, they create the online marketplace, yes, to sell as a platform, so that the other stores or even individuals can sell on that platform, and they make the commission from the vendors. Decision three, target marketing strategy. Yeah, we decide which market to target. Is considered as a key strategic consideration, which involve 4 stages: STP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning strategy. Yeah, segmentation means we try to focus on which market segment. Market segmentation can be like we focus on the, in terms of income. Yeah, we focus on middle high income customers, high income customers, or low income customers. Yeah, that's one way to segment your target market. Yeah. Or in terms of age, yeah, is young adults, teenagers, or seniors. That's the segmentation. Then target marketing and positioning. You have to position your brand, and of course you have to do planning. We call this as STP. Yeah? This is very famous in the marketing. Yeah, segmentation. We choose our target market or target customers, target marketing, and we position our product or service against our competitors. Okay, if you want to know more about this, yeah, you can simply Googling STP. Wow, there's a lot of information about that. Yeah, the STP. And these are very useful tools. Yeah, if you want to focus your on which customers. Yeah, this is the more explanation about this STP. Yeah, jadi stage of targeting market, segmentation. So what's involved in the segmentation? We identify customer needs and segment the market. Target marketing is related with we evaluate and select the target segments, and positioning. We identify proposition for each segment and planning. Based on the STP, we begin to make our plan. And we got the information. If we want to do segmentation, we got the information by doing this market research analysis of customers' data. And the result of the segmentation is what we can see from the right side of these pictures. The segmentation can inform the market segment definition, the persona development, the customer experience requirements, and so on and so forth. So I think the figure 4.15 is very useful. Yeah. If I not this, I think for your final project, you have to do this STP. Yeah, I give you some kind of clue, so you can start learning how to conduct STP properly from now. Yeah, the segmentation, the target marketing, positioning, and if you try googling, you should be able to find a lot of examples about STP. Yeah, how the business can create their STP and do the analysis properly in the STP, segmentation, target, and positioning. All right, the figure 4.17 is basically illustrate the customer life cycle from the first time visitors till the repeat visitors. Yeah, purchase active. Yeah, this is life cycle. First time, return, newly registered, and they repeat, and they're doing repeat purchase. Okay, decision for positioning and differentiation strategy. According to Days 2000, he suggests that the companies can position their products relative to competitor offering according to four main variables. And these are the formula for this. How do we measure the customer value or brand perception? The formula is like this: the product quality times service quality divided by price times fulfillment time. Then we can calculate the customer value. And if we use the positioning, we can compare our position by other companies as well. Yeah. For example, in this triangle, there are several components. There are three things that is included here. For instance, at the left side is 100% pricing innovation. On the top, relationship building or service quality innovation, and on the right side is the product innovation. And for instance, our company is Amazon. Yeah, let's say, for example, is Amazon. Then Amazon belongs to at this right side because it's pretty much a lot some product innovation, but not so much. And their relationship service quality innovation is also okay. So that is quite in the middle, yeah, in the middle part, but towards the product innovation. We can use this type of visualization so that we can easily know where we are in relation to the competitors. All right. Moving on to the decision 5 is the customer engagement and social media strategy, in which we can develop our customer engagement strategy by creating content. Yeah, so content creation, achieving online engagement through social media, and we can use the SEO, yeah, social media optimization. Is a different term than SEO. So SEO is focusing on the search engine search engine optimization. But for social media, if you want to use social media effectively, we can conduct what we call as the social media optimization. Yeah, this is just an example of the Burger King campaign. The sixth decision or the six steps that we have to concern about is the multi-channel distribution strategy. Distribution channels is a flow of products from manufacturer or service provider for the end customers. Is basically about the supply chain. There may be changes in the channels. If there are changes, the company should decide whether the internet will primarily complement the company's other channel or primarily replace other channels. So if it's replacing, then the company for sure they have to invest the promotion and infrastructure. So it all depends on the company's strategy. It all depends on the company strategy, whether they want to still, brick or mortar or hybrid business. Yeah, they have both offline and online, or they want to fully change to online. If the company wants to change to full online type of business, yeah, of course they have to really invest on the information technology infrastructure and digital marketing. Yeah, this is a type of company. For the traditional company, as we can see for number one is a bricks and mortar company, is a physical shop basically. The number two is bricks and clicks, is combined, is hybrid. They have the offline store, they also have the online store. And the third one is the majority clicks or full online store. Decision 7, multi-channel communication strategy. Yeah, at this part, we are talking about the customer communication channel. Yeah, is actually how an organization can influence its customers in selecting their product and suppliers to different stages of the buying process through inbound and outbound communication. Yeah, is in other words, how the companies can affect their customers in buying their products. Yeah, in any communications they choose. Yeah, and whether those communication channels are effective or not. In doing this, the company should fully understand about the customer behavior. Yeah. Consumer behaviors consist of, like, we have to identify the target market segments. We may be developing the customer profiles, and we can also select the channels and media. Yeah, on figure 4.23 is, I think it's clearer to see from this figure, is illustrate the influence on customers on multi-channel decision making. We can see that on the left side is the channel dimensions affecting the channel choice for the customers, like the purpose of using the channel, whether it's for purchasing information or what are the purposes that the customers use the channel for. And then the type of channel, degree of accessibility, and so on and so forth. And on the right side is the customer influence on channel choice. So actually this part is the consumer behavior part, like their knowledge, their experience, their preference, their actions, and all of this, both of this will influence their marketing strategy. Yeah, the companies can use this information, yeah, as the reference to make their own marketing strategies. In particular, for selecting the channel, what channels that they use. For instance, how they conduct the marketing communication goals. How they formulate the marketing communication goals, controls, the access, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the decision 8, the online communication mix and budget, is the decision on the amount of spending. On decision 8, we are talking about the budget, the financial part. And the budget depends on the 3 primary purpose: the customer acquisition, the retention. Customer acquisition is how many customers that buy our product. Retention, how many customers that do the repeat purchase. And the cost to make customer relationship management better. Yeah, so it's about the relationship building. So the companies should care about this. They need to tailor their communication mix, yeah, according to their budget. And the last one, is about the governance. The governance of the overall digital marketing and also the organizational capabilities. And there are challenges for management in terms of the strategy, the structure, and also the skill and staff. For the strategy, there might be limited capabilities for the integration of the internet strategy within the core marketing and business strategy. So this is related with the alignment. Maybe it's very hard to actually integrate these different strategies throughout the company. And these are the challenges for the companies that has to be addressed carefully. The structure is the process issues of gaining resource, including the money, involved. And the last one is the skill and staff, because if you want to do the digital marketing properly, we have to find the specialists to do it. Otherwise, we have to maybe outsource, hire the marketing agency to do the digital marketing job. Okay, maybe that's all for chapter 4. I know chapter 4 is one of the most, if not is the most difficult chapter in this book. But I'll try my best to only include the most essential part that you need to know. For the details of this, you can read by yourself from the book in chapter 4. So the key takeaways for this chapter is that the companies should formulate their strategy, especially the digital marketing strategy, in a very in proper manner. Because their digital marketing efforts will depend on how good their strategy formulation, their formulated strategy. If the strategy is not good, then it's almost we can almost say that maybe the digital marketing efforts can be failed, or if it's not failed, then it may not be effective or efficient. Therefore, the digital marketing strategy need to be carefully formulated using the tools or the best practices that are provided from this book or from other kind of literature to assist the companies to make better strategy. Okay, I think that's the main point or the main key takeaways for this chapter 4. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions. Maybe I stop share first. All right. Do you have any questions or comments regarding this chapter? Yeah, this is a very tough chapter. For those who already read the book, you will know how hard to read this chapter. Yeah, this is a very long chapter. The language itself is quite difficult too. Yeah, a lot of jargon, and yeah, it needs time to really master this digital marketing strategy, and also experience. For those of you who want to work as a digital marketer, this can be very helpful for you as the foundation to make the at least the basic strategy for your digital marketing. But in reality, I think the process should be more complex than this, because a lot of factors can be involved, especially in the big companies. Yeah. Okay, is there any questions, comments? So all of you already check your grade, your UTS nilai UTS sudah pada lihat semua?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. Yeah, I think all of you have done a very good job. I like to read all of your answers, especially the question number 5. Those questions, I think, cannot be copied. I mean, each of you has different answers for that. And I really appreciate your answers on your midterm exams.
Yeah, I think it was a fun questions.
Fun questions.
Yeah.
I hope you also learn a lot from the videos that I gave to you, particularly the second one, the social dilemma.
Yes.
All right. If there is no other questions, then we can see you again next week. We can next week we continue to discuss chapter 5. Yeah. If I have time, you can read the book first, so that is easier for me. Yeah, because you already know what to discuss. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have
Thank you,
a
sir.
great weekend and
Sir.
have a good Friday.
Yeah,
Have a good Friday
Friday.
tomorrow.
Have a long holiday too. Yeah.
Yes.
Happy
Happy
weekend.
holidays.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.